startup and investment ecosystem.
Today, you'll have the chance to hear the finalists in Batch 2 present their companies. For all accredited investors, you will also be invited to visit our investor-only online portal, where you'll have the chance to learn more about each company and connect with the founders.
We have several special guests here today who are going to share more about the program and all the effort Georgia is making to build up the regional ecosystem. But first, we'd like to show you a quick look into what 500Georgia is all about.
Some of these startups are going to scale up, going to go global, and for us it's going to be, of course, an opportunity as a partner organization for those startups to be part of the success story.
500Georgia is a very good example of what 500 has been doing around the world by bringing together our expertise with local capital in collaboration with local public policy entities. 500Georgia has two main goals. On one hand, we're training founders on topics as diverse as product development, sales, marketing, and fundraising. On the other hand, we want to contribute to the emergence of Georgia as a technology hub by attracting the best startups from the broader region for our acceleration programs.
I can say that it was a new life for our company.
Things that we thought were impossible found out to be really possible.
At 500, we changed our growth strategy. We actually changed the way we approach growth.
Overall, it was to understand it that we have to be ready for testing.
With the help of amazing mentors, we conducted a lot of experiments.
And what we learned from that was something that we didn't expect.
We actually learned how to identify our customers and how to approach them and then eventually convert them as our users.
The program really showed us and cleared that confusion, where to start and how to start.
Apparently, there are lots of different approaches that I had no clue about, and we have never looked at it from our enterprise sales perspective.
We realized how we could go and grow.
We also were trying to put all this experience and knowledge that we got during this program into our business on a daily basis.
As soon as we will just team here, this place feels like the next Berlin.
Yes, Georgia thinks big, and it needs big steps to make it real. And 500 Startups is one that can play a huge role in that.
We hope this short video gave you a quick overview of how 500Georgia is working with local and international founders and helping to shape the Georgian ecosystem. As a founder who went through the program myself, I must say that I gained invaluable expertise in developing a successful business.
We are honored to start tonight off with a welcome from the Deputy Minister of Economy and Sustainable Development himself, Mr. Irakli Nadarashvili. The ministry is actively working on building up a national business ecosystem that has the potential to turn Georgia into the regional hub for tech, innovation, and international investment. Please welcome Mr. Irakli Nadarashvili.
Thank you and good evening, dear friends. First of all, I'm really excited to welcome all of you on this international accelerator demo day in Tbilisi this afternoon, where another 10 companies will be pitching their projects in front of the local and international investors. And it's really exciting day for Georgia, for ecosystem, and for all the investors and participants, of course, that we have today in this room and are watching us online. But first of all, let me thank 500 Startup, the accelerator company without whom this day wouldn't happen and we wouldn't be able to have this demo day today. And I just want to remind the auditorium that we started the program last year, the pandemic year, where the decisions about such projects would be, I think, very difficult to take, and this was probably most severe year over the last decades. But thanks to 500 Startup, first of all, for choosing this region, for starting cooperation with JITA, and making this day happen. Secondly, of course, I want to greet and thank our great friends from the Bank of Georgia, the leading Bank of Georgia, who joined the program at the very beginning of its launch, and from the investors' perspective and from the investors' part, which is also extremely important, because we believe that the ecosystem of Georgia, of innovation ecosystem in Georgia, is at the stage where it needs more active involvement of the private sector and investors, and we think that Bank of Georgia is making the showcase for other investors to join the process and to start investing and start looking from different perspective at the startups in Georgia and worldwide. But, well, again, we are today at the second batch of, at the final stage of the second batch, where another 10 companies will be presenting. And let me tell you that I don't think we will have any winners or losers today, since all of those companies, they went through the very intensive acceleration process provided by the toppest, one of the top accelerators in the world, from the Silicon Valley. And on the other hand, there is private sector, because the government is committed to continue to invest in the ecosystem, to support the development of ecosystems through various programs, including this one. But the government is not the side who's going to invest directly in the startups. We all know that we are looking for startups with global opportunities, with large scalability opportunities. So usually the required investments are much larger than the government is able or should be able to invest in the project. So this is the time when private sector, private investors should step in order to move and to put the ecosystem on the next level. And of course, I welcome all of you here, and I wish you very, very nice evening and communication with the potential companies. And finally, again, the government of Georgia is very much committed in the development of knowledge-based and technology-based economy. And I just want to give you a very recent example of a very recent initiative that the government of Georgia has adopted. This is the special tax regime for IT companies, which means that IT business in Georgia, international IT business, will be charged, will be taxed with special regime in regard of the income tax and corporate profit tax, 5% instead of 20%. This is a very recent initiative, as I said, but already now we have 2 success cases when the global IT companies have already made a decision to enter the Georgian market. They already established their presence in Georgia, already are hiring tens of Georgian specialists in their teams, which is absolutely exciting. And we think that altogether, all the measures that we do with our partners, with our colleagues, with great startups that we have in Georgia and in the region, we will finally get to the point when the ecosystem, Georgian ecosystem, is the leading in the region, sustainable and promising for investors, for startups, and for every stakeholder it has. So once again, I welcome all of you, and I wish you very good pitches this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Minister. It's really so wonderful to hear what our country, Georgia, is doing, and see the ecosystem growing in front of our own eyes. Now, I would like to turn it to the true mastermind behind the 500Georgia program, Pedro Vieira, Program Managing Director of 500Georgia. Pedro, please take it away.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Again, thank you so much for coming and listening to what the companies have to present today. This is really about them and everything that they've built with our help in the last few months. These days are always very hard to organize events, so I really appreciate the fact and the efforts that you made to be here, and welcome to everyone who's
following this also in our streaming channels. So I will be very brief about the program because, like I said, this is about the companies. But let me just give you context for this program and for why 500 does these things around the world. Our mission is one of uplifting people and economies. And you've seen this before. Some of you, many of you may have not. And we achieve this mission by building and managing one of the most active platforms for early stage investment. And with this footprint of investment funds and operations around the world, we strive to uncover talent wherever it is, in or outside of Silicon Valley, and invest in it, and invest across as many geographies as we can. And that's why we've invested in companies in over 75 countries, one of which being Georgia. So we try to do this in this integrated approach where we bring our expertise to the founders, and we help them grow their companies with what we know and what we've learned also over time by being founders ourselves. And then we work with local capital to help the local investors understand what's the best way to invest, and understand what's the international set of best practices they can bring to their ecosystem. And finally, we connect all these with the networks that we've been building over the last 10 years. And so in this integrated approach, we believe that it is possible to build tech ecosystems faster. And I think that the results speak for themselves. Our portfolio has more than 20 unicorns, so companies valued at over $1 billion. Many of them companies that were not born in Silicon Valley. So again, re-emphasizing this point that talent is everywhere, and that we can and should do more to find it where it is and support it where it is with programs like this one. 500Georgia in particular founders on this set of conditions on the founder side, on the investor side, on the public policy side, to set up Georgia as a global hub for tech innovation. And this would not be possible with 500 alone, obviously. And so we set up from the beginning a strong partnership with the Bank of Georgia, who's been the capital provider from the beginning. I'm sure 500 wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this partnership. So thank you so much for believing in the program that we've designed and committing so much capital for the companies that go through the program. And to JITA and the government for having made all the necessary and possible efforts to secure capital also to sponsor the operations of the program. The program was organized in a phased way so that we could have the maximum impact on the largest number possible of companies. Today, you'll see the results of training the last 15. In total, this program allowed us to train 30 companies. And it was, like I said, organized in phased ways. They went from foundational topics to some experiments on their own with remote support from the mentors, and then again, an intensive period of 6 weeks, a period of 6 weeks of intense acceleration with our support, the last 2 with us here and leading up to this demo day. Logos of the companies that you'll hear tonight, so I'll let them present themselves, so I won't steal their thunder, but you will see a very diverse set of companies from agtech to fintech, etc. And to wrap it up with 2 more slides, some results to keep in mind, and these are already aggregated results of what the companies were able to achieve in batch 1 and batch 2. We summarized some key metrics. There's obviously many more to share, but I would probably highlight here the fact that these companies were now able to generate revenue during the duration of the program that is in itself more than what was invested in the program, in the same way that they've raised capital 4 to 5 times more than the capital that Bank of Georgia has committed directly. And these are 2 really, really interesting and important metrics for investors who understand what we're doing. And obviously there's important metrics on the social and economic impact of the companies in the local ecosystem or in the local economy, jobs created, and partnerships established. And so To wrap it up, bringing it back to the integrated approach that I mentioned earlier, what we were able to do so far, and I say so far because I really hope that these first two classes, or these two batches as we call them, are just the beginning of what we're building here in Georgia with our local partners. We were able to train 30 companies, which you'll see here in the expertise field. We were able to work with GITA and the Bank of Georgia on the capital side, but also to train some angel investors and exchange knowledge with some of the early stage investors in the country. And also we're able to train and educate and evangelize some of the local accelerators who have been shadowing our teams during the program and learning by doing, if you will. So again, we are very proud of what was achieved so far. Mainly, we're proud of the companies that we helped build. We are starting to see, other than the metrics that you see that you saw in the previous slide, we're starting to see anecdotal evidence that's also very, very encouraging. Things like companies in this batch becoming clients of other companies in the batch because they're the best product in the region. We're starting to see founders that went through batch 1 and batch 2 being mentors and supporters of founders that are pleased to learn from us. And even employees like Annie here, who was an employee of a company in one batch, now thinking about building their own companies. And so all these things are very encouraging, and we hope we can continue supporting the ecosystem with private partners and with public partners. So without further ado, now the show begins with the real characters of the story. Thank you so much for coming over tonight again.
Thank you, Pedro, and truly thank you for being there for us and giving support to Georgian startup ecosystem. The 500Georgia program wouldn't be possible without the support and strong partnership with the Bank of Georgia and GITA. GITA is leading both the 500Georgia program and also taking a main role in the shaping of the national ecosystem. We'd like to bring Mr. Chairman, Gachichiladza, to the stage to share more about GITA's role and their vision. Please welcome him on stage.
I know that a lot of our friends, investors are watching from San Francisco right now. We are live broadcasting this event. First of all, I would like to thank 500 Startups for the amazing job that their presence in Georgia means way lot that we can right now explain in our talk. Because by their presence in Georgia, we actually showed our country in the global innovation map. And Georgia has been established as one of the regional innovation hub, and we are seeing every day more and more investors are interested to invest in Georgian startups. I would like to thank Bank of Georgia definitely, because without their presence in this program will not have such a great effects, and it will not be as efficient as we have right now. And it takes actually courage by the bank, to be part of the process and to invest to the companies that is generally considered not bankable. But it takes a great courage to be a part of this program, so thank you once again for being part of this program. And I would like to say that we already have amazing results brought by our startuppers. I will speak only last year's results. In 2020, during the COVID year, Georgian startups raised 28 million Georgian lari. 90% of this investment was from international VCs or angel investors. From this 10% which was from the local investor, 85% was from Bank of Georgia, and 15% was from some small angels and etc. I think we need to be more active here in order to invest in startups, because the startups that you will see right now, these startups are mentored, coached, and they are nurtured. They are already ready to raise investment, and they will raise investment, definitely. Those startups who already raised investment, international investment, if you want to invest now to the start, right now in a different stage. So it's very important to listen to these startups. Some of them will come and say that I already raised investment and I don't need you anymore at this stage. And when the next stage will be, it will be way expensive. But some of them will ask you money. So please listen to them. Consider investing to them, because together we are creating the ecosystem that will help to grow and jumpstart our economic growth very soon. So this is all I wanted to say. Thank you once again, and have a great event today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As a founder in Georgia, I truly see how important is your support to Georgian startups. 500Georgia's work here is backed by an incredible partnership and investment from Bank of Georgia. Please welcome Mr. Archie Gachichiladza, CEO of Bank of Georgia, to share more about the critical role they are playing in this partnership.
Hello, good afternoon. It's a real pleasure and a real joy for me to be standing here because we are part of such an exciting activity. In fact, I would like to thank the Georgian government who initiated this program, and we had a chance to join it, and we are very lucky so far. Put your hands together for this. And as Irakli said, there's not going to be winners and losers. You're already a winner to be here and being part of this. And when I think what is really important for Georgia's success is the energy and initiative that all of you have. Just to say a couple words about the Bank of Georgia, we were the first company that went public in 2006 on an international stock exchange, in fact, in London. There have been a number of companies after that, but we were the first that brought in $100 million, in fact, in that IPO. Since then, we were the first company to raise the public debt. There were a number of other things. Right now, in fact, we are most proud of this program because we are the bank or financial group, let's say, that have been able to support such a great initiative. And why do I say this is great? Because of the people that are participating in it, and that's you. Because no matter if your company will become a $1 billion company or not, even if it fails, you will have the knowledge to start again and do something great. Because there are many, many hugely successful startups that have initiated by learning a lot, failing, and then starting again. But nevertheless, when I see this growth, I see the real millions of dollars already invested in your company. In fact, 5+ times of what we have invested. This is already great success. So thank you very much, and I wish all of you a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Archie. This program wouldn't be possible without your support. And now the moment. We're here all for today to see the companies in batch 2. The companies in this batch range from childcare to travel, tech to IT and security. Each founder will share with you about their company. And if you like what you see, please come find them on Investor Portal to connect.
So let's get started. Our first company works with greenhouse farmers, analytics, and bumblebees.
To hear what all the buzz is about, let's welcome Agrolapse.
Hello, I'm Michael, co-founder at Agrolapse. Farming landscape is changing. Greenhouses are generating vast amounts of data, temperature, humidity, solar radiation, just to name a few. And growers are struggling to identify, collect, and analyze all this. Let me give you an example. Did you know that bumblebee pollination can double greenhouse yield when done effectively? But is anyone tracking bumblebees and making sure that pollination happens? No. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Altogether, it piles up. In total, efficient data use can open up $120 billion of extra revenue each year for the greenhouse industry. Additionally, it can feed the population, helping to fight the global hunger crisis. At Agrolapse, we help greenhouses to identify overlooked data and introduce solutions that make it easy to cut costs and increase yield. We have built hardware and software from plant root condition analysis to pollination analytics, as well as a device that allows us to connect any existing off-the-shelf sensor to our system. But not only farmer gets an easy access to data and analytics through Agrolapse cloud platform, but also an ability to integrate our data widgets into the software that they already use. With all this, Agrolapse farmers are enjoying higher efficiency, increased yield, and labor automation, achieving up to 13x ROI. Globally, there are 5.6 million hectares of greenhouses, and this number grows at approximately 10% each year. For us, that creates a total addressable market of $6.6 billion. And in just the last 2 months, our team was able to expand our geographical footprint from just the CIS region to 5 continents and multiple countries. We have done over $120,000 in sales and have built a sales pipeline for over $2 million just for this year. Amongst our customers, we have global agricultural brands like Driscoll's, BioBast, or AppHarvest. Our team has the skills and experience to make this happen. Max is a rocket scientist who had an AgTech company graduated from London School of Economics. Currently, we are raising a seed round of $750,000 US, with 70% committed. If you would like to join us, please come and talk to me. Thank you.
As a founder of an e-commerce company, I know how important it is to have a fast-selling environment.
Here is an easy solution to set up your online shop, Anano. Please welcome B2C.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie, co-founder of B2C. Today, if your business is not online, you do not exist. More and more businesses are forced to move from offline to online to grow their sales. There are plenty of e-commerce solutions available internationally, but the problem is that they are not synchronized with local third-party services. And this is the barrier that hinders regional businesses from getting online. This is why we have created B2C, SaaS platform that allows businesses to set up an online store and start selling on the same day. We bring more than just e-commerce software. B2C comes with all tools to manage every part of online business, such as online payments, last mile delivery, at the regional level. In a very short time, we became #1 e-commerce platform in Georgia, capturing 28% of market share. B2C powers shops for all kinds of businesses, starting from local entrepreneurs to international global brands. And they generate $3 million in sales every single month. The regional market is growing rapidly. Right now, it's valued at $20 billion, with 35% of growth rate. And this is our target for the beginning. We have already started a pilot in Azerbaijan, and by the end of the year, we will be present in Armenia and Turkey, where more than 4 million businesses need to go online. Our team has a perfect combination of experience in software engineering, product development, and operations management in e-commerce. We have managed to build a team of 40 people who are inspired by technologies and share the idea to make e-commerce accessible for everybody. Currently, we are raising $700,000 to accelerate our business growth. And if you want to join us in this e-commerce revolution that happens here and now, please come and talk to us. Thank you very much.
When we are running our own businesses, managing our finances is exhausting.
Yes, accounting is one of the biggest headaches for us as well. To make it easier, let's hear how Colonel can help us. Please welcome on the stage.
Hello, I'm Becca. I'm CEO at Colonel. And over the last 10 years, I have helped manage hundreds of small businesses' finances. And I've discovered that managing accounting documentation is the worst part of owning a business. And there's a study that suggests that 40% of owners actually say that this is the worst part. This is because all the leading solutions out there have been designed for advanced users in leading economies. And all these small businesses in emerging countries are left to struggle to convert from paper to digital technologies. That's why we built Colonel, which is specifically designed for small business owners in emerging markets. We help our users digitize their routine operations by giving them simple financial tools, like invoicing, payroll, and reporting. Moreover, we help them automate their documentation flow and build integrations to the accounting system, thus eliminating the headache of accounting paperwork. Users get basic functions of Colonel for free, and they only pay for premium features. We have over 5,000 users already, and we are a leading solution in Georgia. We have just started expanding to these emerging markets that have huge potential, that are underserved, and where companies are quickly moving towards digitalization. According to World Bank data, there are over 400 million SMBs just in the emerging markets. And this gives us the total addressable market of $2.5 billion annually. Our team has international experience. We have built successful finance from the Georgian government, from Venture Studio RevUp, and from Bank of Georgia Group, and are currently open our seed round of 400K, 100,000 of which is already committed. So if you want to help us change the way small businesses do accounting in emerging markets, come talk to us. We are Colonel. Thank you.
When was the last time you traveled? For me, because of this pandemic, I have not seen a plane for 1 year.
It sounds like you could use an adventure. Let me introduce you to You Travel Me.
At the center of every crisis, there is an industry that's heavily impacted. During this pandemic is leisure travel. According to the World Travel Organization, international travel fell by 80% in 2020. However, at the same time, our company has doubled in revenue without any investment. Let me tell you how we did it. My name is Olga, and I'm founder of You Travel Me. You Travel Me is an online platform for booking multi-day, small group adventure travels organized by travel experts, from yoga retreats to safaris. We create an algorithm connecting travelers by their social interests, values, past experiences. Using micro-segmentation, matchmaking formula, we allow people to book their next adventure in just one sitting. And communication ecosystem provides safe and instant connection direct to the travel experts. That is why 137,000 users per month, and 3,000 travel experts love us. And we are growing because it works. The average order value $1,500. We take 15% commission from each transaction. Even during this time, we make money. The market is huge. It's $27 billion, and it's growing fast. We are already #1 in Russia and CIS markets, and we have begun sales in the United States. Adventure travel as a category showed the largest recovery. 25% of American travelers looking for adventure travel, and half of them already have planned trip for the next 6 months. Diverse experience and 10 years of knowing each other helped our founding team to build a strong business on the junction of IT and travel. Looking back, at every times of crisis, there were certain investment opportunities that give you the biggest upside. For now, adventure travel is one of them. So, if you are interested in profitable startups, travel tech, or money, don't get left behind. We are You Travel Me.
In today's incredibly virtual world, it's not easy to know who is behind the screen, making payments or creating accounts.
How many of you experience a long wait time for opening a bank account, asking for a loan, or even renting a car? This is because companies need to identify their customers to reduce fraud and meet regulatory compliance. I'm Gabriel, co-founder of Qualifica. In less than 1 year, we helped 13 large companies to identify more than 120,000 customers online with 0 fraud cases. By integrating our solutions, companies could reduce onboarding time from 60 to 2 minutes while reducing cost per customer acquisition from $22 just to cents. While working with enterprises, we discovered an even bigger opportunity. We saw that everyone in this space were offering solutions which are super complicated and are usable from enterprises only, while leaving large segment of medium and small-sized businesses just untapped. That's why we created Qualifica. We created a self-service identity verification SaaS solution that's so easy that you can integrate it in minutes and start identifying your customers just in seconds, giving the same superpowers to small and medium-sized businesses which were only available to enterprises before. Our team has more than 10 years experience at the intersection of banking, IT, and technology law, which is the perfect combination of skills to build Qualifica. Identity verification is becoming crucial for more and more businesses, and the trend is only growing. By the end of 2025, the global market size is gonna hit $16 billion US. Currently, we are raising $700,000 US to expand globally. We are building the future of customer identification. If you want to know more than welcome.
I'm always impressed by how architects can build up a whole new world from their imagination.
Here to turn visualizations into reality, let's learn more about Sympolium.
Every major construction project starts with a 3D rendering, even before the first brick is laid. While the end result looks immersive and vibrant, 3D modeling of detailed, complex urban areas is a very time-consuming process. It requires high expertise, and clients often request radical changes, which further complicates the workflow. For example, creating a rendering like this took Sandro, a 3D artist with over a decade of world-class expertise, 1 month and many sleepless nights. So I joined Sandro, and we decided to do something about it. With his deep understanding of the industry's biggest challenges and my over 7 years of international experience as a software engineer, we've built a breakthrough technology that automates modeling of urban areas with just a few clicks. As a result, a 3D artist saves up to 40% of production time by automating repetitive tasks. So how does this work? User passes 2D outlines of an architectural site plan to the software as parameters. Then, our algorithm processes these outlines into a realistic 3D landscape model and adds materials, and this was never done before. The best part is, our software plugs in directly to the most popular 3D modeling platforms. Currently, we can serve 1.2 million Autodesk 3ds Max users, and we will soon expand to SketchUp, which covers additional 30 million users, with more platforms and new tools to come. We made onboarding simple. We offer 1 month of fully functional free trial and have flexible monthly and annual subscription plans. 3D visualization market is growing fast. Therefore, the demand is getting higher. It is estimated that by 2025, it will rise up to $6 billion. In just a few months of sales, we've already reached 5 continents, and leading companies have started using our product on a daily basis. And this is just the beginning. Our goal is to unlock the full creative potential in the architectural visualization industry. If you want to build a new world with us, we're excited to share more. Thank you.
When it comes to branding guidelines, all the details matter, from every font, color, and image.
For an easy solution to manage your brand, talk with Corebook.
Do you know what value of brand is? Let me show you. Nike is one of the most valuable brands in the world. The power of its brand alone is worth 35 billion US dollars. And it's not only about Nike. For every established company, brand is the most valuable asset. And to protect this asset, companies are using brand guidelines, which are shared by marketing teams all around the world. And usually these brand guidelines are done in PDF format. But the problem with PDF that it's not flexible enough to maintain consistency of this changing TikTok and Insta Stories world. These guidelines are getting outdated too fast, so no one is using them. That's why we created Corebook, digitized version of brand guidelines. Compared to PDF, it's much more flexible. It's easier to create, update, and share to anyone around the world. My name is Max. I'm CEO of Corebook. My team has more than 10 years experience in marketing and branding. We worked in agencies before. We know the pain from inside. Leading agencies around the world already are using Corebook, and they just love it, simply because it protects the integrity of their design. And that's why we decided to serve agencies first. By building brand guidelines, they introduce our product to their influential clients. Big brands such as Soundbox, Lotus Cars, NatWest Bank, and even more. This business model allows us to be paid by both agencies and their clients' companies. And having both of them on board, it brings us closer to our vision to build complete branding ecosystem. The single platform which takes brand from its creation to implementation and allows every team member who touches the brand collaborate at every stage. We are raising $500,000 US. If you want to know more how Corebook is shaping branding world, let's talk. Thank you.
Being a founder and a mom at the same time is a manage my time.
I might have a solution for you, Anana. Please welcome my nanny.
As parents, we want to ensure the best for our children in all aspects of their lives. But accommodating all their physical, emotional, and educational needs while balancing your own career, relationship, and a social life is a constant struggle. This is why we created My Nanny. We have considered all the complexities of families' needs, brought all important services together within one platform, and made it super quick and easy to book. And it's not just about nannies. We allow parents to find tutors and range of activity clubs to nurture their children's interests and support their development. And most importantly, we allow them to personalize the service based on their criteria. Because parents are so protective of their children, we make sure all the service providers undergo through extraordinarily high standards of vetting and also pass rigorous training. We launched in Georgia only 5 months ago, and we are already in Ukraine. We're growing fast, 25% month over month. That's because parents love us. 80% of our bookings are recurring bookings. We also bring value to the employers. We're partnering with biggest businesses here in Georgia and help them support their working parents. And that opens up another revenue stream for My Nanny. While developed countries have witnessed several success stories in the field of childcare, the CIS region has remained untapped. And that is the region we're going for. And the opportunity here is big. We're now serving the market of 400 million and going after a much bigger market of 2.5 billion. Our founding team brings strong competencies in education, finances, marketing, and technology. And those mixture of high skill set allowed us to scale My Nanny internationally in just 5 years. If you share our vision of making personalized childcare available for every single family, talk to me.
Payments across borders are always a challenge for any business.
Here to simplify your payments, please welcome PayZ.
Hi, I'm Gega, co-founder of PayZ. We are a one-stop shop for all online payments. As a business owner, once you decide to digitize your sales, your #1 priority is to get paid online. But the problem is, to receive your first online payment in Georgia is a complex process with onboard, and once you decide to scale up in the region, you have to integrate. This is why we built PayZ. Your first payment on your first day in any country. PayZ is the most complete online payments toolkit for the success of your internet business. And this is backed by numbers. In just 3 months of operation, we are already processing $6 million and are on track to process up to 15 million just within the first half of this year. Our business model is very straightforward. We make money on transaction-based fees, averaging at 2.2% per transaction. But most importantly, our clients love this because we make money only when they make money. Currently, we are serving 85 merchants in Georgia and have onboarded our first clients in Uzbekistan. But this is just the beginning because there is a $25 billion market opportunity to be captured solely in CIS. And to accelerate our growth, we are raising $500K to establish the one way to pay. Thank you.
What an amazing selection of companies. If you are interested to find out more and speak with any of the founders who shared today, please come to our investor-only portal to learn more and set a time to speak. Let's give another round of applause for all the companies in the 500 Georgia Batch 2.
This batch started back in November with 15 top companies in the region who participated in a 4-week bootcamp focused on business foundations and 2 months running growth experiments. At the end of the first phase, 10 companies demonstrating the highest potential for global scale were selected to proceed into the next phase. And these are the companies you saw today.
After 6 more weeks of hard work, there is one final selection. 2 companies are going to be invited to San Francisco for a Silicon Valley immersion program. To both of these companies will also receive the final tier of investment from Bank of Georgia.
Choosing only 2 companies from the amazing lineup you just witnessed was not easy task for 500. The final selection was based on a close assessment of a number of factors including team, traction, market, scalability, business model, and others.
To present the results of the final selection, I'd like to call back Mr. Archie Gachichiladza on the stage.
Do I announce the winner? Or?
You should.
One of the selectors. Well, first of all, is the whole presentations was super interesting, and not only the ideas are great, but people presenting are great because they have this great energy that is passing on to all of us. And I have to say that I love that energy. So, so the commission that, or the committee that chose it, I must have had a very, very hard time. So I feel your pain because really great companies. Among those, though, one of the winners is Agrolapse. Congratulations. Congratulations. Really, there's a great market out there. So, good luck.
Yeah, I just want to thank you all the parties involved, the 500 team, Bank of Georgia, Gita, Georgia, for being so hospitable to us as well. And just want to tell you that within this program, we grew more than we did before in the previous year. And it added extreme value to us. And I'm really glad that we've been selected as a top 2 company because we really worked hard for this. Thank you.
Bravo. Do you want to announce it?
Yeah, actually.
Go
Can
for
I?
it.
Can
Yes.
I? Okay. So, our batch 2 winner, second one, is Paisy.
Paisy.
Gega.
გილოცავთ. წარმატებები. This is great, and what is really great is to see all this joy. At the same time, all the great things that are ahead of you, and ahead of all the companies that participated, because you have been part of all of this process. And I would like to thank Georgian government and 500 and Gita as part of the all of this for this great opportunity that we have been given to really support such great companies and great people.
Congratulations, Agrolapse and PayZ. We are so proud of you and all the hard work you have put in during the last 4 months of this program.
We know that with the next investment and the opportunity to travel to Silicon Valley and learn straight from the source, you are going to continue to gain so many valuable insights that will continue to advance your companies on your journey and reaching global scale.
It's been an absolutely amazing day, and we are so glad we were able to come back to join you. We thank you all for joining us here in person in Tbilisi as well as online.
Thank you.
For those you are here in person, the day is not over yet. Please stick around and come meet our amazing founders. For everyone else, we'll see you online.
Okay, let's call back batch 2 back to the stage. For the final applause, please applaud them.
Adavio.